Okay, I am being asked this question. It says the equation x squared plus kx plus 4 has two equal roots. Find the possible values of k. So let's recall that the number of possible values, I'm sorry, the number of roots is determined by the discriminant. Remember that discriminant is a value that's going to allow us to know the number of roots an equation, a quadratic equation, is going to have. And we are going to have two equal roots when our discriminant is equal to 0. So all we have to do is be really careful in finding the values of a, the values of b, and the value of c in our quadratic equation. Now from this one, I know that a is 1, b is, well, it's going to be our variable, it's going to be k, and c is going to be 4. Now using discriminant equals 0, that's going to be b squared minus 4 times ac equals 0. B is k squared, right? Well, b is k. B squared is going to be k squared minus 4 times the value of a times the value of c, okay? And therefore, I'm going to run into this equation, right, which is a quadratic equation. Now, the value of b is 0. When the value of b is 0, you could use roots to find the values of k. However, I strongly recommend that you use factoring, okay? Now, a method that you can use to factor this expression is called difference of squares, okay? And difference of squares is solved in this following manner. So k squared minus 16 equals 0. You open up two parentheses. One's going to be positive and the other one's going to be negative, and then the square root of your first term and then square root of your second term. That's going to avoid silly mistakes or careless mistakes of when people take out the square root, they forget that it could be positive or negative, right? So when you have k squared equals to 16, many people make a mistake of saying, oh, k is 4. When actually, using the zero product property, k could also have been negative 4. Okay, so the zero product property states that when two factors equal 0, the two possibilities are that each factor is equal to 0. And so that's what I'm doing here, and then isolating for the variable. So in other words, k could be either positive or negative 4. Thank you.